Hey gang, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Amy and today we are going to dig into the amazing Glam Lite donut palette. It's brand new, just released, like it just shipped like 3 or 4 days ago. So today's the 19th. I believe it shipped on like the 16th or the 17th. So I'm so excited to finally have my hands on a newly released product. So if you're interested in seeing that, stick around. In addition to the donut palette, I ordered a couple of other items from Glam Lite. This is my first purchase from Glam Lite, and they shipped everything together with the donut palette. So I ordered these makeup remover wipes. They're the diner restaurant wipes. I ordered this s'mores lip gloss, and I also purchased the cake palette. As you can see, it's brand new. It's still in the plastic seal. So this is the cake palette, which we are going to play in this in a separate video. And then finally, the donut palette. So it's again still in the wrapping. Haven't even broken the seal yet because it was on my doorstep waiting for me when I came in this evening. So yeah, so we're gonna dive right into this baby. We're gonna do some swatches and then we're gonna create a fantastic look using the donut palette. So first, let me say that I love this packaging. You know, donuts are often in the store, they're kept behind glass, or, you know, in like a glass or a plexiglass casing. So I love that the palette is in like a casing. It's in a case. And then on the back of the palette, it, you know, gives you a picture of, so you guys see it. So it's a picture of the palette, and then it just kind of gives you a little description about, you know, the palette and, you know, some of the inspiration for coming up with the donut palette. So let's go ahead and open it up. So I'm just going to lift up the case and I'm going to pop it out. And I love that, first of all, I love that it is a strawberry frosted donut, which is my favorite. Whenever I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I reach for strawberry frosting donut. So I love that it's pink, it's strawberry frosted, it's very soft, it's a soft case. And then when you open it up, it does have a mirror. So it has a mirror, and there are 10 shades in total, and I'm figuring that this middle shade here could probably double as like a highlight, could probably double as a highlight as well. So I'm gonna remove the cellophane, and I wonder if it's fragrant. So let's see. It doesn't have any kind of sweet fragrance. Since it only has 10 shades, let's go ahead and just swatch these really quickly. So let's start with this shade here. We're gonna go clockwise. 2, this gold shimmer, 3, we'll pick up this brown, 4, and then I'll pick up this turquoise color on my thumb, 5. All right, so let's see what they look like. So that's that first pink matte shade, and then the purple shade, which is also a matte. I love the formula. I love the texture of these mattes. I really love the texture of these mattes. They're so soft. Next is the gold shade, which is a shimmer shade, or actually it's a metallic. Oh, that's beautiful. You guys see, that's beautiful. And then next is this sort of rust color. I mean, these mattes are awesome. And then the next is this turquoise color, which is also a matte. They're like buttery. Oh my god, this is the first impression for me because this is my very first experience with Glam Lite, and so far I am impressed. Let's grab this powder blue. Let's grab this shimmery blue, and look at that on my finger. That's beautiful on my finger. This purple, which is a shimmer, and this pink, which is also a shimmer. So what I'm noticing, with the exception of the turquoise, with the exception of this turquoise color here, there is a complementary shimmer for each shade. So you have like the two pinks, the purples, you have the gold and the rust, which could complement each other. And then you have the two blues. So I guess this blue shimmer here could complement this one. So I like that, you know, she was intentional, that, you know, Glam Lite was intentional about doing that. So let's swatch the rest of the colors we just picked up. So here is the blue. I'm just going to put it right next to the turquoise. Nice. And then I'll take the shimmery blue and put it right on top. Beautiful. Let's take the purple shimmer right next to the blue. Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then finally, the pink shimmer. I'll put it right next to the purple. And so there are all 10 shades. Oh, I forgot one. Let's grab the shade in the middle. That would be the 10th shade. And let's pick that one up. And that's a nice, it's like a silvery white. And I'm going to put it right here. I'm just going to go straight there. Oh, like it's actually like a silver and gold duochrome. I don't know if you guys can really like see that. Maybe that's a better angle. But it's almost like a silver and gold duochrome. So that's actually really nice. So these are all the shades in the palm of my hand. So let's go ahead and try this out. And so I opted to do a white base because these are pastel colors. I think on a white base, the colors will pop a little bit more. So I think what I'm going to do today is a different look on each eye. So I'm going to dip into the shade Chocolate here, this brown shade. And I forgot to give you guys the shade names when we swatched them. So I'm going to pick up this brown on, this is a Morphe M456 brush. And I'm going to just put this completely all over the crease. Let's see how this color does. So I think I want to do something a little simple and elegant on this eye. Well, maybe not necessarily elegant, but I think I want to go a little more simple on this eye. And I'm just putting this all over the crease and I'm blending it out as I go up. And I'm going to drag it outwards a little. And then I'm going to blend out these edges. Because I don't want it to be harsh. So I decided to actually do this as a halo or a spotlight eye. So I'm going to pick up this gold shimmer here called Maple. And I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to just put it right in the center of my lid. I'm going to use my finger and put it right in the center. And it goes on very well with my finger. But I think I'm going to transition to a shader brush. And I'm going to bring this up so that you can see it with my eyes open. Yeah, I'm going to transition because I didn't do it as like a cut crease. So I didn't lay any concealer down. So I'm going to grab this Morphe, where is it? I'm gonna grab this from the James Charles set. This is the Morphe M124. I'm gonna wet this brush. So I'm gonna just mist it with some setting spray. And then I'm gonna dip back into Maple. Yeah. That's the ticket. And I'm going to apply Maple in the center of my lid. And I'm going to bring it up as high as it needs to go so that it shows up. So I'm going to go back in with the 456 brush, pick up a little bit more of that first shade, and just kind of blend it all together. Really kind of get it to do what I want it to do. Blending those together. So for the bottom of this eye, I'm going to take this Morphe This is the M152 brush, also from the James Charles collection. I'm going to mist it with some setting spray. And I'm going to pick up the shimmer shade Grape. So I'm going to pick up this shade here, Grape. And I'm going to drag this along the bottom lash line. So really picking this up. And I'm going to stamp it along the bottom lash line. And I love the consistency of the shimmers in this. I'm taking this shade here called Sprinkles. And I'm just lightly kind of going under the purple. Just adding a little something. And then I'm gonna take a small fluffy brush. This is a Morphe. This is a Morphe 5. This is a Morphe. I'm gonna take this Morphe 506 brush, and I'm gonna pick up the blue down here, and this is called Icing. So like nice play on words. And I'm gonna just take a little bit of that, and that's just to blend out underneath. So I'm gonna grab the Tarteist double-sided liner, and I'm gonna take the felt tip side, so the liquid liner portion, and I'm gonna go ahead and line the top of my eye. All right, I'm gonna pop on a lash on this eye, and then we'll transition to the next eye. All right, guys, this eye is all set. Let's transition to my left eye, and I'm going to start with the blue shade Icing. So this shade here, I'm just gonna pick, and I'm picking this up on the Morphe 506 brush, the M506 from the James Charles collection, and I'm going to stamp this, and I'm starting the inner corner instead of out. And I'm going to stamp it inside the brow bone and bring it down. So, position so that you guys can see me. And I'm just stamping in the inner corner first. Just placing the color. And I'm blending out the edges. Excuse me. And I am blending out the edges. Next, I'm gonna pick up this pink shade here, and this is the shade Jelly. And I'm going to, on the same brush, the M506, I'm going to pick up this, and I'm gonna place it next to the blue shade. And I'm just kind of lightly, just light strokes to place that right next to the blue. So just a little of that pink. And I'm staying in my actual crease and just a little bit above, because this eye, of course, is more hooded than, this eye is a little more hooded than my right eye. I'm gonna go back and forth in the middle between the pink and the blue to really kind of merge those. And it's going to turn like that purple color, which is fine. So I'm putting a little blue there. Then go back with a little pink so that we merge those two together. Because it's hard to blend matte shades. It's hard to transition matte shades. So the best way to do that is to go back and forth between the two colors until you get the, you know, that nice transition. So I'm blending out the top of this pink because I don't want any harsh lines. Now we're going to grab this purple shade here, which is So Sweet, on the same brush. And we're going to use that for the outer portion of the eye. So tapping it along the pink and moving it outward. So I'm starting by tapping it on first so that I get the placement correctly. And then I'm pulling it out. I'm going to slightly cut this crease. So I'm going to bring this white up a little higher. So we have a little fun with this side. We're going to dip into the palette and take the shade Frosty. And I'm taking it on a flat shader brush. And so I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to start from the inner corner and work my way out. I'm going to leave a strip of the white. I'm going to leave a strip of the white and we're going to fill that in with shimmer. So I'm going to just, starting in the inner corner, I'm going to pat this blue shade. Pat that in where I want it to go, where I want it to lay. So now that I have that placed, I'm going to transition back to the purple shade that's in this outer corner. And I'm going to put that on using the same shader brush. All right, jumping back into the purple shade, So Sweet. I'm going to take that right next to the Frosty shade. And I'm going to start by stamping it out onto my lid. And then slowly bringing it up. I'm going to switch mirrors so that I'm going to switch to my magnified mirror so that I make sure that this placement is correct. And that shape is proper. That it's the shape that I want. And I'm just bringing it all the way up. Merging those two together. Okay, now we're going to fill in this negative space and we're going to use the two shades here. We're going to use the blue shimmer Sprinkles and the purple shimmer Grape, and we're going to transition from blue into the purple. And I'm really just kind of stamping this in. I'm going to try to keep the mirror down so that you guys can see. Alright, now let's move over to the purple shade Grape. So I'm going to saturate this again. And we're going to pick up the shade Grape. And just going to line it right next to the blue. Filling that right in. Okay, so for the bottom lash line, I'm going to pick up this shimmer, this pink shimmer shade Strawberry. And on a flat shader brush, I'm going to stamp that on the bottom lid. I'm going to connect it to the purple and just bring it all over the bottom lid. And I'm gonna mist this. Give me a little bit more payoff. And I'm gonna take it on a wet brush. And really bring this out. I'm gonna dip in the shade So Sweet. I'm gonna take So Sweet. And I'm going to blend out the bottom with So Sweet. We have dipped into every single shade except the center shade Glaze, and we're going to use that for highlight. So I'm going to pick this up on a flat shader brush, the same flat shader brush, and I'm going to place this on each of the brow bones. And we're just gonna, whoo. It's a beautiful color. And just going to highlight the brow bone with this shade. On this eye, I'm gonna drag it all the way over. I normally don't do that when I do a highlight, but just because this eye is it's different, it's much more razzle dazzle, I'm gonna take it all the way over. All right, guys, this is the finished look. So we did a colorful look on this side and a halo eye on this side. I used all 10 of the shades in the palette, and I must say that I'm very impressed with this palette. This is my first experience again with Glam Lite, and I am not disappointed. The matte shades were really creamy, very pigmented. They went on with no problem, no patchiness, no ashiness. The shimmers were also easy to work with. I added some setting spray, and you know, that gave them the payoff that was needed. So I am very, very pleased with the donut palette. So I do encourage you to go out and get it. Now, this palette is not for those that aren't really into color. If you're a more simplistic type of makeup wearer, then this may be a little out of your comfort zone. But you know, if you're willing to give it a try and be bold, then I encourage you to go out and pick up the donut palette. And I love this packaging, and I'm gonna keep it stored in the box just as it is because this is just so adorable. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Remember to subscribe to the Amy Gang. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for going on this journey with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.